Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Garden. This is your Baseball Week 15 prep episode. We had a small one-week hiatus. We had our annual Christmas in July big family get-together last week, and we were going to do a live show together, but it was just, everybody was drinking at the party, and it wouldn't be good information for the audience. It wouldn't be helpful. So, took a week off, and we're back.
Hell yeah, we're back.
Going over... This is kind of your prep episode for next week, which won't start due to All-Star break for a couple of days, so you can make all these moves if you listen to the episode over the next 4 days. I think it's only 4 or 5 days, right? The All-Star break? But yeah, basically we go over surprises of the week if you haven't listened to the show. Then we go over key pickups for hitters and pitchers. And then we go over watch lists and deep league moves, which I kind of combine 2 sections just because there's less moves to be made now. Like a lot of players have been grabbed at this point. And then I added stashes because there's several IL pitchers I want to talk about that I think could be big in the second half. Mm-hmm. And then we have at the end, we go over buy low and sell high trade targets if you want to stick around for trade options, if you're into that sort of thing. Some people aren't. But
stick around, everybody. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Without further ado, we'll jump in. Zach, what are your surprises of the week?
Yes, surprises of the week. Pitcher. My pitching surprise, Triston McKenzie, young pitcher on Cleveland Guardians. Don't come at the podcast. Sorry, messed that one up. Anyways, Triston McKenzie, this week, 36 fantasy points, 8 innings pitched, 1 win, 5 hits, 12 strikeouts, 2 starts. Honestly, that might have been only 1 start. I might have got the numbers wrong there. I think that was all over one start.
Still dominant.
But his last 2 starts, though, he's had 2 really good starts in a row against Kansas City and Detroit. But he's looking pretty good lately. I mean, those are 2 bottom feeder teams. So, I mean, anybody could look good, but he looked dominant, though. Like, he didn't just look good. He looked really good. So
White Sox split a series with Detroit, so I guess Detroit's great.
Right. So, but yeah, Triston McKenzie, just kind of a surprise. He's been, I don't know, he hasn't really been too much on my radar this year. So seeing how good he's done over the last week, 2 weeks, looking pretty good. And then my hitting surprise, Leody Taveras, the young outfielder on the Texas Rangers, over this week, 1 home run, 9 RBI, 4 stolen bases, and 20 total bases, all for 42 fantasy points this week. And he's only 38% rostered. We're going to be talking about him a little later. Could be worth maybe a little pickup, little pickup. So, yeah, we'll be mentioning him a little bit. So, Jake, What are your surprises?
Yeah, I got Alex Wood here.
You like that wood?
Oh, yeah, big fan of the wood. But he's just been a beast the past 2 starts, and it's been against good teams. So unlike McKenzie, he's got 47 fantasy points against San Diego and then Milwaukee, which I know Milwaukee I think is a little banged up, but still a good team, solid hitters. Mm-hmm. And 47 fantasy points, 11.2 innings pitched, 1 win, 7 hits, 1 walk, 15 strikeouts. So I've been talking about him actually for a lot of weeks. His underlying numbers have been saying that he's going to be a lot better than he was, and looks like that's finally kicking in. I mean, it tends to happen for Giants pitchers, but he's just going to go. He's going to get it to at least 70% rostered in the coming days. He's 54% rostered right now, so we'll talk about him in grabs, obviously, but he's definitely a grab. Depending on league size, I mean, 10-team league, you can debate it, but 12-team for sure. And then my hitter surprise, I took Matt Carpenter. 45.5 fantasy points this past week, 7 runs, 4 home runs, 11 RBI. So when he came back and he was hitting home runs before, he wasn't playing every day, so he was kind of a stream option, but I think at this point he's a great utility option for the bottom of your hitting squad. I mean, until he slows down, I feel like you gotta grab him, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's 52% rostered, 44% up the last day.
Yeah, he's looking fantastic over the last like 2 weeks for the Yankees.
Yeah,
Jesus.
and yeah, with that, just going into that, we'll start key pickups. So still with Matt
Yeah, I just
Carpenter,
wanted to make something though about Carpenter.
I'm still got him.
He didn't happen to hit a home run off of Alex Wood, did he? That would be pretty funny.
Um, what? Oh my God, no, no. But Jesus Christ, that was
Sorry, I got sidetracked very easily.
yeah, that was worth the cutoff for sure, dude.
That's what I was thinking about for the last like 5 minutes. I wonder if he hit a home run off of Alex Wood.
Yeah, but yeah, Matt Carpenter just first hitter on the key pickups. Obviously, .360 batting average on the year, 13 home runs, 31 RBI. It's just showing extreme power. I think this is what he did in St. Louis. It was 3 or 4 years ago he broke out and he got a nice contract and then he sucked. But
Yeah, I remember he did this like 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, I remember he was like going the frick off like for like months.
well, it was a whole year. It was a breakout year, and then he just wasn't ever the same. And looks like that version of him is back, at least on the Yankees for now.
Of course, with the Yankees, they find it.
Yeah,
Damn.
I mean, this happened with a lot of players though who have shown greatness and then they fall off and they know it's their last chance. He's kind of like the hitter this year that Johnny Cueto is for the Sox as a pitcher. Like he was basically almost out of the league, and it gets to them and they bring out their best.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I mean, Cueto was like we barely decided to sign him to our AAA or whatever.
They signed him to a minor league contract, and
Yeah, dude.
they waited until the last possible second to actually bring him up to the big league roster. If they didn't do it that day, he would have been back on waivers. But they decided to do it at the last second, and now he's
What a
one of the
godsend, man.
better. Yeah, seriously.
If anything, I mean, it hasn't been a great Sox season, but if anything came out of it, this was a odd move, especially with Rodon gone.
And with it's totally we need him right now
Keuchel
because
sucking.
Lance Lynn's struggling to come back right still. Like he's working himself back, and it's rough.
Dude,
right now.
He's bad.
I
almost dropped him in that ESPN league I'm in, but
yeah, like if he's eating 16-ounce ribeyes after games, he needs to up that to 20. Like,
yeah, he actually does look thinner. It might be affecting him.
Yeah,
he uses his weight behind his pitch. Yeah.
Get that man his steak. Goddamn.
Yeah, dude. God, he got on the Abreu diet. I was talking about Abreu with because I saw the Forsyths last. I mean, you saw everybody last weekend, but
yeah.
Talking with the family about him, and even Bree noticed when I'm watching games that he looks a lot thinner and like fit this year
than
the usual. I mean, it's not like he's not been in baseball shape before, but this year he looks like toned. He's always been a bigger guy, so anyway, maybe he's helping Lance Lynn with that.
Yeah, we need to get him back on his old routine.
Yeah, steak and taters. But anyway, sidetrack because we're White Sox fans. But
sorry, everybody.
Next hitter I wanted to talk about is Thairo Estrada. So a lot of people dropped him when he went to the IL 7 day when he had COVID. I mean, maybe they assumed when people come back from the COVID list, they kind of are slow for a couple weeks. But he's kind of hit the ground running. Not like eye popping, but he's hit a couple dingers and still very serviceable in points leagues. He's ranked 92. .259 batting average, 9 home runs, 36 RBI, 12 stolen bases. 8 for 28 since returning from the COVID list. 3 home runs, 1 stolen base, 5 RBI. What did I put here? 2 walks.
Yeah, 2 walks.
He's only 64% rostered. Mistake there,
and he's shortstop and outfield eligibility.
Yeah, and second base, second base is the key one there because second base is the hardest to fill usually. It's a weak fantasy spot.
Mm-hmm.
So usually you just have to fill. So if you have anybody actually dropped him in your league, go grab him.
Very nice. Thairo Estrada. Very nice.
Great fill-in. Especially if you had a guy like Javi all year, you could just replace him.
Yeah.
Harold Ramirez. .329 batting average, 4 home runs, 35 RBI, 3 stolen bases. He's hitting .400 in July, and he's only 45% rostered. So I had to bring attention to him as a potential guy you could grab. He's a Tampa Bay first base outfield, and they're desperate for hitting at this point with Franco going down. Looks like Yanda Diaz is day-to-day right now.
They finally got Brandon Lau back.
Yeah, at least Lau's back.
He's been tearing it up in AAA, so we'll see if that, if he's fully healthy and he can just... My fantasy team is hoping and praying that he can do something. Well,
he did good. He did real good yesterday.
I don't think at least on when I was looking, it didn't say that he played yesterday.
No, he got 5 fantasy points.
He did? It doesn't say that
6.
for me.
Yeah, he got 6 for you. He got 5 in my ESPN league when I have him.
2
for 4, bro. And he's playing Baltimore, so must play today.
It doesn't say that he got anything for me.
What do you do? It says it right there. 6 fantasy points. You didn't have him in your team. You were in the IL, so it didn't... Yeah, you just gotta click him.
When I clicked it earlier, that wasn't on there.
Yeah. Okay.
2 for 4. Yeah, we'll talk about him in a little bit, but yeah, that's awesome. Wow.
Yeah, and then Zach's surprise of the week, Letty Taveras is, I think, the most grabbed, besides Matt Carpenter, this is the most grabbed hitter in Yahoo Fantasy, probably ESPN as well. Outfielder on Texas, .341 batting average, 3 home runs, 15 RBI, 5 stolen bases. Yeah, I think he's the hottest batter besides Matt Carpenter available right now.
And he's looking fantastic.
Yeah, only outfielder eligibility, but I'd probably actually move him second behind Matt Carpenter on our list here if you had to rank them.
Mm-hmm.
We usually don't rank them; we just go over each guy. But yeah, this guy's very hot. The talent's always been there, is what I read. And he's just 2021. He was kind of just mediocre when he came up, but this year he looks legit. So, and he's got a team to actually back him up and run him in. So
Texas is looking sneaky decent. So,
yeah, man. John Gray looks good as well. I mean, they got a lot of good players.
Yeah, Jon Snow.
Oh my gosh. Another, I had to go over this guy because he's heavily grabbed. He's not going off yet, but Nolan Jones, Cleveland rookie, .333 batting average, 1 home run, 9 RBI. He's already up to 32% rostered, up 26% in the last day. So,
damn,
people are grabbing him. This guy,
third base outfield.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
It's just it's another one of those guys, you grab some rookies when they come up, hoping that they're going to be a game changer. So I think he belongs here, 5th on the list of hitters to grab, but still, if you're in a deeper league, if you have the room. If these other guys were already grabbed, I mean, you try out Nolan Jones. Nothing crazy happened yet. But, Zach, you want to take pitchers?
Sure. I'll do pitchers. So, pitchers. Max Meyer struggled in his debut, but he's the 21st ranked MLB prospect, and he has high strikeout stuff. He's a 3-pitch pitcher who can possibly be the league winner, only 38% rostered. So, Jake, where do I go to add this guy?
Yeah, I was actually going to tell you to add him. If you needed to for next week, because this week, obviously, you needed to stream a guy today and David Peterson, but I think this guy, that's why everybody's grabbing him, just like they're grabbing these rookies above in the hitting section.
Right.
Top prospect. So, yeah, anyway, sorry, Bree walked in, so I got a little distracted there. But, yeah, before Bree grabs him, you should grab him, bro. I think since he had a bad start, he's still going to be available for you tomorrow, and you could at least give him one more start.
Yeah.
This guy's got real good stuff. I mean, everybody's been talking him up, so.
Right.
It could have just been just a lot of pitchers struggle in their debut. They're nervous, and he was against a really good hitting team. I mean, Schwarber, Remuto, I mean, some of these guys Hoskins. Just hit dingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hoskins a beast again this year, instead of being mediocre. Castellanos hasn't been shit, but...
Yeah. And then we got, moving on, we got Alex Cobb. Is he finally going to break out for the second half?
Yes.
against the Milwaukee Brewers, he had 23 fantasy points, 7.1 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, and over his first 4 starts of July, he's got a 2.22 ERA. So, I mean, I think that the odds are good that he might continue doing pretty good over the second half.
Yeah, man, like we said, Giants are really good with pitchers.
Yep.
Alex Cobb and Wood. I mean, I feel like if those are your bottom 2 pitchers, you're in a good fucking spot.
Yeah.
Pardon my French. But I'm kind of pissed. I dropped him after just several bad starts, and I knew I could have held him, but I just wanted to try some guys, I think.
Yeah, I feel you.
But somebody else has him now.
Yeah, and then we also got Alex Wood. We mentioned him earlier. Alex Wood stuff. So, just go check on him. 54% rostered. He's been doing pretty good lately, like Jake mentioned earlier. So definitely be going to check on Alex Wood and trying to add him. And then we got Jake Odorizzi, 37% rostered. He returned from injury in Oakland, and he went 7 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, 28 fantasy points. On the season, he's got a 3.38 ERA and a 1.22 WHIP, both very respectable. That's a little bit high for a WHIP, but that ERA is pretty good. So I mean, he's on a good team too. Might get some more wins.
Yeah, that's why I put him on here.
He's like that on that cusp of like, one of your last pitchers on your bench hold or like streaming spot. He's one of those type of guys where you're like, he'd be the guy you'd drop if you wanted to pick up like a Max Meyer or something, most likely.
Yeah,
but if he's available in your league and he's on Houston, so could get you a win, get you some decent all around stats.
Yeah, I'd say 12 team you could grab him if like Alex Wood, Cobb aren't available, Meyer. 10 team he might just be a stream option, but yeah.
That's about what I'm thinking too. But yeah, go check on Odorizzi. He's definitely widely available. So if you need a spot start, definitely add him. And yeah, if like Jake said, if you're in a 12 team like competitive league, you should probably just pick him up and hold him because he's doing good more often than not.
Oh well, Matt Carpenter was just grabbed in our league.
Oh boy,
there he goes. I didn't have room for him.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Oh, he grabbed Taveras too, dude. This guy.
Oh.
Anthony grabbed Taveras and Carpenter, our top 2 grabs.
All right.
And this isn't live, so he just did that on his own.
Yeah, and then we got Ross Stripling. He's been a beast and is being dropped. Why? His last game, 30 fantasy points, 7 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts against Philly. And he's 35% rostered. This guy should be more owned. He's doing good. And yeah, I'm one of those guys that dropped him a couple weeks ago, Ross Stripling. So.
Well, he's still available in our league.
Oh, okay. Well,
this is why I'm so confused. Like, we're in a competitive league. He's not like a high grab. I mean, I haven't read anything about him going back to the bullpen, or I don't know why he's so low, but he's been a beast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could even say this is the top grab.
Really. Yeah, possibly. I mean, he's looking pretty good lately. And he did that against a good team, too, so.
Best season numbers, I think, out of the 5 or 6 pitchers here.
Yeah. So that's really good.
Johnny.
And then one of my best moves, if I must say so myself, right, Jake? Johnny Cueto here, wrapping up the pitchers. 2.8 ERA on the season, 1.18 WHIP, 58 strikeouts. He's just been a beast, and he's only 42% rostered. And if you own him, he's getting you steady points. He is just old reliable out there. Whenever he takes the mound, you just know that he's gonna put the White Sox in a position to win, which they're not often in. Well, they've been doing better lately, but Johnny Cueto is just like leading the team out there. He's just old steady.
Yeah, it's another one. I think he's right there with Ross Stripling as. I mean, we talked about Alex Cobb and Alex Wood as guys who had the potential to pick it up, but haven't yet, and their ERAs and WHIPs are higher still. And Ross Stripling and Johnny Cueto have kept it steady and been just beasts, and they're low. They're just as low owned as those guys.
Yeah.
So it's just weird to me.
Cueto is looking like he did like 6 years ago, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, they give him. I think he's taking Lance Lynn's stakes.
Yeah, you know what? We need to do some more digging into this, but I
I
think
think
you're
so.
onto something. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And our investigative journal team is on the
Yeah.
case.
Oh my god. All right, man. Let's go over and watch this Deep League move. So you're gonna like this that I combined those two lists because you didn't like that I had the two.
I think I really am going to like this.
But it's just
No, this is great. Yeah.
we're probably not getting a lot of super deep league listeners, and if we get any questions, we can answer them. So
Right.
especially with the website, I'm building a form that is like have questions and it'll go right to our email. So
Oh yeah, I can't wait for that website to be up. Yeah. Everybody
yeah,
will talk about it real quick. Jake is a professional graphic designer, and so, lucky for me, we're able to get a website that he's able to build us. So he's been working on it for a long time. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait for you all to see it. And yeah, so we're going to start hyping that up. It'll be here in the coming weeks, and I can't wait to see it. I know it's going to be a killer website.
It's been I put in like 5 hours yesterday working on it. So
yeah,
was delayed this past week or two because my Wi-Fi's been out basically like for 2 weeks. So been running a hotspot that is crap. But anyway, almost there, and I want to launch it by Wednesday actually because
hell yeah,
I start a pretty busy schedule after that, so I need to get it up.
Okay. Well, you don't struggle to get it up, so.
Oh my god. But yeah, Deep League moves. I think this is
all right.
a possible league winner that a lot of people, if you have a short memory with fantasy, then you forgot about this guy. But Garrett Whitlock, he has returned from injury and will be in the bullpen, which is where he was the best. I had him early in the season for like the first 2 months. He was in the bullpen, pitching like 2 innings. Like he basically was the long reliever, and he'd get like 3 or 4 strikeouts, and he'd get you 20 or more fantasy points a week. He was a top 100 player, top 100 pitcher. And then they moved him to a starter, and he just wasn't the same. He was pretty mediocre. Then he got hurt, and he was out like a month or so here, or at least 3 weeks. And now he's down to 50% rostered. I mean, I think this is a great guy to have, and he might even get some save chances. He might not take the closer job, but that's just how good he is in the bullpen. So I'm pretty hyped on this guy. I grabbed him even before he returned this past week, just because I didn't want anybody else to get him. And especially in leagues, like in my ESPN league, you can only have 12 starts a week. Like when you have limited starts, you got to grab good relievers so you can get those extra fantasy points.
Yes.
So anyway, I'm pretty hyped about this guy, and I think he has the potential to return to top 100 pitcher status if he stays a middle reliever and they don't start him.
Okay.
But with Chris Sale back, I think they won't need to start him at all.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's me blowing Garrett Whitlock.
So Tanner Houck should be dropped, then you're saying?
No, Tanner Houck's the closer. This guy's just like probably the best middle reliever in baseball.
Oh, okay.
And because they have such a crap or small bullpen, Boston, when he was middle reliever before, he was getting 2 or 3 innings.
Okay.
So like he was super dominant to start in the beginning of the season before they moved him to a starter.
This is a random question, but are those Yankees middle relievers still doing really good? What we were talking about earlier in the year?
Yeah, I still like King. I think one of the middle relievers is actually taking the closer job from Chapman. Just because Chapman's been just really struggling this year and not on his A game. He's actually dropped in one of my leagues, and somebody grabbed him. But yeah, so it's not Montgomery. I can't think of who took the closer job, but one of the middle relievers that we were talking about earlier in the year took the closer job. So Chapman's a middle reliever now, I guess, and then Michael King is still a serviceable middle reliever. I think in ESPN he's ranked 19 in relief pitcher, so he's still pretty good. That's usable, in like a 12-team league.
Right.
If you want some holds, but yeah,
cool.
They're still good, dude. Yeah, they've got probably the best bullpen in the league.
Yeah, of course they do.
Especially if Chapman picks it back up because he's been bad.
Right.
Yeah, then this is the guy you drop, Zach. Yeah, Mike Yastrzemski.
This never fails, man.
But you don't have to, you could totally get him easily because nobody's looking at him.
I'm not going to re-add him though. I'm not
You don't have a
thrilled.
spot.
Well,
Yeah.
the 2 weeks that I had him, he didn't do god dang anything. So
Yeah, you'd owe him a long time, but no, he was crap for a while. He fell down to like 30% rostered. And then over the past, or since July 10th, 28 fantasy points. So he looks pretty good again. So I think this is like a 12 team to 14 team move.
Okay.
It's not like this is a deep league move for sure, but he could fill in your outfield. We talked about him a lot like that. Like, it's a great fill in. He's nothing he doesn't blow the doors off. Roman Urias, 11% rostered, hitting almost 400 since coming off the IL July 4th. He's hold on. He's on Baltimore. Why is it not coming up for me? Did I spell his name wrong? Hold on.
I had trouble bringing him up on Yahoo before too.
Because he's got the apostrophe there. Roman Urias. But yeah, he's looked really good for Baltimore, and he's filling in. So this is definitely like a deep league move. I just wanted to provide one that's super deep. He's clearly the best of the Orioles' second, third, and shortstop options this year. So, I mean, he could be starting every game if he keeps hitting like this. And I think 16-team league, he's for sure an ad. Even 14-team league, you can look into it. Yeah, it looks really good since returning from IL. And then I had to talk about Yohan Moncada because it looks like right before the All-Star break, he's actually doing something. Seen the ball pretty well in the Cleveland and Minnesota series, 8 for 24, which is better for him. And he's actually up because he was like a .181 batting average. Now he's up to .209. I think he could have a big second half. I really do.
I think he could too if he's healthy, and it looks like he's like smiling and having fun out there. So,
yeah, man, he looks very good. We've talked about how they have an easy schedule. So just keep him on. He's a watch list. He's not a grab right now, unless you're super deep league. But
is he available in our league?
Yeah, somebody just dropped him.
Ooh, all right.
Anthony just dropped him. Yeah,
I'm gonna put a claim in. I still have the number one claim.
Don't waste your claim.
All right. Well, I'm gonna see if he makes it, man. I'm just gonna add him now because I think he's gonna do good.
No, you can get him for free in 2 days.
No, I know. I'm gonna wait the 2 days and get him because I want him.
Yeah, so don't use your waiver.
Yeah.
All right. David Peterson, very serviceable pitcher. He's got like a 2.8 ERA, I believe, 1.2 WHIP. Something. I don't have it right in front of me, but
yeah, I'll take a look while you can
I told you to stream him today. Yeah, 3.48 ERA. My bad. 1.25 WHIP. 76 strikeouts. Plays the Cubs today. So that means right out of All-Star break for that 2-week matchup we go into. He'll probably have a 2-start week.
Yeah, and you think he's going to do good against this Double-A team today, so he'll probably lower those stats even more. His last outing, he did really good against Atlanta, one of the hottest teams in the league right now. So that's so I would imagine he's gonna do really well today against the Cubs. So I'm glad that I was able to pick him up to stream him today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, no, I think it's a great stream option. I mean, and he's like a 16-team league move right now, maybe to 14. And then I had to talk about this guy. He's a fill-in closer for Texas, Brett Martin. He's gotten 4 saves in the past week and a half, 38% rostered. So if you need saves, go ahead and grab Brett. And then stashes. Yeah, this is what I was excited about. A lot of good pitchers about to come back in the second half. Jesus Luzardo, he started out the year very dominant before getting injured, and then he kind of blimped up in his injury game to 4 ERA, but he's got filthy stuff, 1.17 WHIP. I like him as a stash. He's probably I'd rank him 4th out of the 4 guys I'm going to talk about, but had him at the top here. Domingo German threw 6 scoreless innings in his rehab assignment yesterday, almost back for the Yankees, and we know that the Yankees want end of the end of the rotation starters. So I think he'll be
Yeah.
very high upside there. I mean, we've seen him be dominant before he got injured, and
Yep.
yeah, if I had a spot, I'd be stashing him right now. I just don't have a spot.
Mm-hmm.
But with the Yankees backing him up, I'm not. I mean, that's a great grab. And then two more. Andrew Heaney had a bad first rehab assignment. May need two more rehab starts before return to the Dodgers. But when he was on the Dodgers, we know that his numbers are
Pretty
probably
good.
not sustainable. But yeah, .59 ERA, .85 WHIP. So you
I would
can't.
say not sustainable, but we'll see.
Yeah,
All of a
you
sudden,
can't
Andrew
not stash
Heaney
that
is
though.
like Nolan Ryan out there. What the hell?
Yeah. So you gotta see what he can come back and do. And
Yeah.
then Dustin May returning from Tommy John.
I'm more intrigued out of these two Dodgers players and Dustin May, personally.
Yeah, he's due for a rehab assignment coming up here, is what I read. So yeah, I'd probably rank it Domingo since he looks like he's the closest to coming back.
And he's on the best team.
Yeah, then Dustin May, then Heaney, then Luzardo.
I think I'm right there with you, brother.
For sure. Yeah, so a bunch of stashes there for your pitching. If you have weak pitching, you have some IL spots, go ahead and grab these guys.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
All right, buy low, sell high, baby.
Let's go, baby.
Do you want to take it? And...
Sure. So starting it off with a real bit of a palate cleanser.
Oh my god.
Eloy Jimenez is complete trash. Is he going to be big second half guy, Jake? Eloy Jimenez?
I think he's just like Mancada.
So I think, yeah, I would rank Mancada a little ahead of him, at least. They're doing a little something right now, you know. Eloy Jimenez, he, you know, does a full follow through on his swing and he tweaks something. So I don't know what's going on with Jimenez, man. It sucks because he's got so much. He could walk, like, if he played a full season, he'd hit 40 home runs every year. Like, that's just a given. But he never can play a full season. It sucks. It's so sad because he's got so much.
I think
he's got so much hitting talent. It's, you know, can't argue that. But it's just his injury stuff. But
yeah,
Eloy, though, I mean, if he can stay healthy for like 2 months, like these last 2 months of the season or something, going into the playoffs, if he can like play every game or most every game, he might hit 15 home runs like over that span. You know. So I don't know.
Yeah, he's a buy low.
Definitely
look for him to be dropped.
You're probably going to just be picking him up off waiver wire, unless you're in a league with a bunch like White Sox fans. Yeah, he's probably dropped in most other leagues.
I did drop him in my ESPN league.
So yeah, Eloy Jimenez, you could probably trade. You know, you don't have to give up too much for him, or just wait for him to end up on your waiver wire and get him if you really want him. But I think that he's going to do better than he's doing now. But then we also got Logan Gilbert. Over the last month, it just hasn't quite been his dominant self. This might be your chance to get him. You know, he's in a little bit of a slump. You know, pitchers go through that. Every pitcher does. So this might be your little window here to try and
he's down
weasel your way into a Logan Gilbert.
Yeah, he's down to rank 53. I mean, he was in the top 20 like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. So he just hasn't had the high strikeouts, which is like what he's known for. The past couple of games he hasn't been there. So I think a break's going to be good for him. I mean, he's in the first full big league season, I believe. He came up last year for Seattle, like mid-season, and he wasn't that good. But now he's here. I mean, he's got 104 strikeouts. He's got to be ranked in the strikeout category. I think
he's up there. He's definitely a strikeout guy.
That's what separated to get to the top 20 is high strikeouts with the filthy pitches, and right now it's just not the strikeouts.
Logan Gilbert, man, when I've watched the few Seattle games I've watched that he's pitched, he reminds me of like a little bit of Chris Sale. Like, he's got a little bit of that in him, you know?
Okay.
So I've always liked Logan Gilbert. Just watching him pitch reminds me of my younger days watching Chris Sale for the White Sox. Just has that same type of filthiness to him.
For sure.
And then, we are moving on. Mike Clevenger. very pedestrian numbers, middle of the pack during the first half, on and off, coming back and in and out of the lineup with injuries and little stuff. Minor, like just kind of an annoying time if you owned him this whole half. He's finally getting some steady playing time now, but after coming back from his surgery, his big surgery, but I think and Jake thinks he's in for a big second half. There have definitely been some signs of his former dominance, like his game against the Diamondbacks that he just recently had. So, I mean, I'm definitely all in. If you want to buy low on Mike Clevenger, I think that would be a very shrewd move because I definitely think he's going to do really good over the second half.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about a former ace here who
just a couple years ago
mediocre. Yeah, so we all know he has the stuff.
Yeah, he's got the stuff, the secret stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then lastly here, wrapping it up, Taylor Ward, the Angel. He's has fallen from grace.
You like that one?
I like that one a lot. I wish I came up with it. His early season dominance hasn't been the same since returning from a shoulder injury, but a nice break could do him some good before the second half. I think I tend to agree. This guy's been looking pretty studly up until recently, and I just think,
mm-hmm.
his first full season? He might just be needing a little bit of a break. So.
Oh, I actually don't know if it's his first full.
This is at the very least, this is his first season. He's actually doing something really good.
Yeah.
So
yep, this
getting
is his
consistent
first,
playing time.
Slump of the year. It's been a month-long slump, I think.
I think he just
this
needs
is the
break.
low window. Yeah.
I think a week break from baseball with the All-Star break couldn't come at a better time for him.
Yep. Agreed.
So definitely, if you're short, I mean, he plays multiple positions, right, Jake? Doesn't he? I don't own him, but
just outfield, I believe.
Just outfield. Okay, well, if you need an outfielder, maybe a guy you can, if you want to have a multiple options, where you can, not start him every day, just keep him on your bench, put him in, play matchups or something, and then see if he gets back to his dominance. Might be a good move to make if you're, short on some hitting. So, just see if you can throw a little offer out there.
For sure.
And then we'll, wrap things up here with sell high. So starting off sell high here, Ahmed Rosario. He's ranked 96 right now, which is just insane. I didn't realize that he was that high in the ranks right now. 291 batting average. He always was a higher batting average guy. But the home runs have been kind of a surprise. He's hitting more home runs than you'd think.
4?
Yeah, four home runs, 29 RBI, 9 stolen bases. He's 77% rostered with 102 fantasy points over the last 30 days. So, I mean, he's just definitely kind of a surprising one. If you look over the last 30 days, you'll see a lot of familiar names and expected names. Doing really good over the last 30 days, and then seeing him up there is just, kind of surprising. But he's up there and he's staying up there and looking pretty good. Ever since we first talked about him 3 weeks ago, he's been consistently good, hasn't? He's been looking.
Yeah, I think this is the perfect guy to get Eloy.
Yeah,
because you won't lose sleep trading away Ahmed, and Eloy has the big upside.
You'll gain home runs. Yeah. So
you're trading for the upside to win.
Yeah. So I would think I would make that move. Actually, I might see if I can actually do that exact thing because I do own Ahmed Rosario. So I might try that.
You should go for it.
And then another hitter here, Justin Turner. He's ranked 107. He's 84% rostered, and over his last 30 days, has 4 home runs, 19 RBI. 13 walks and 49 total bases. So, not too shabby.
Yeah, this is the best he's been all year. He started really slow. And he's 37 years old. I think he's probably due for another slump in the second half. I think you should try to get rid of him.
I think I would tend to agree. I would also maybe try and trade him for Eloy Jimenez. I think that would work too.
Yeah, yeah. If you believe in Eloy, otherwise try to get.
Norman
I think that'd be
Mikado.
good. That'd be a good Clevenger one. Turner for Clevenger.
Oh yeah, that might be
That's
good too.
fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah.
And then we got two pitchers here to wrap it up in sell high. We got John Gray, tied for the fourth most fantasy points by a pitcher over the last month at 125. You can probably definitely get the most for him right now. Probably, definitely. It's my new favorite.
I mean,
statement.
you're with this guy. This guy, you're going for like top tier talent.
Yeah.
If you can't get any top 30 to 35 pitcher, I wouldn't actually trade him. Just try to get a top tier guy. Maybe if you believe in Logan Gilbert, you could do John Gray for Gilbert.
Yeah.
Yeah, try to get a top tier guy who might be slumping. I wouldn't trade him for Clevenger.
And you could also try and hold on to John Gray if you believe in him too, you know.
Yeah, no, you're just trying to capitalize.
But yeah, you're trying to, you know, trying to see if you can get a little something, maybe a little bit better. But yeah,
package him to go for Alek Manoah or something.
Oh, okay, yeah, nice. And then lastly here on sell highs and for the episode, Miles Mikolas ranked 50. Jesus, 2.54 ERA, 0.96 WHIP, 92 strikeouts, 85% rostered. Definitely don't see this keeping up. Get what you can for him.
Yeah, I don't see him staying in the top 50. I mean, he is only 33, which is, I think, young for a pitcher. But
yeah, I think this is his high mark.
He's not. This isn't his normal thing. He's never been this dominant.
Yeah,
in a way, I think you could maybe get Logan Gilbert, package him for Logan Gilbert for sure.
Yeah, throw in a little package for Logan Gilbert.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Or if you believe in Clevenger.
Hell yeah.
Clevenger has the upside. Mikolas, this is like he has no more upside. This is it. I mean, this is the best he'll be.
I definitely agree. This is the high mark for sure. So, yeah, maybe you could do Miles Mikolas and for Chris Sale because he's coming back.
No. He's already back, and he was dominant.
Throw in a package for Chris Sale?
Sale was already back, and he looked really good. So
okay.
And then he's playing today against the Yankees, so he might blow up. We'll see.
Right. All right. Well, that'll wrap it, huh, Jake?
Yes, sir. What an episode.
What an episode.
And then we might not be back for 2 weeks again because next week is basically like middle of this matchup, week 15 matchup, because of the All-Star break. So, I mean, we can, but we kind of almost be talking about some of the same guys.
Yeah.
Because it'll only be like 3 days in or something.
Yeah, I think we will do a 2 week break here, everybody. So I know it's going to suck. You're used to always logging in on Sunday night or Monday.
But we'll be back. We won't miss a matchup. We won't be missing a matchup talk. It'll just be just how the matchup around the All-Star break works is the next fantasy matchup is 2 weeks. So
yeah, and you know it's not a terrible thing though, because you know even though you won't be hearing a new podcast maybe next week, you can follow our social media because we will still be making little posts on there. So at least you can go over to facebook.com/Garden of Sports Podcast or Instagram.com/Garden of Sports or Twitter.com/GOSPod2021. And you can still, you know, interact with your favorite sports podcast, fantasy sports podcast people. So it's okay. Just go over there, give us a follow, and just feel all nice inside as we share our sports knowledge on social media. So
yes, sir.
Yeah, that was I need to work on
it be up
more.
Hopefully before mid All-Star break here.
Yeah, and the website will be up, and we'll be making little weekly articles on there too, like over the week of crazy stuff that happens, so that we can, you know, as best we can, you know, give you more consistent information on the website. So we'll be doing like a weekly article, maybe midweek, like Wednesday, Thursday, throw a little article up that you guys can read about our like rankings or crazy stuff that's happened about like if there's somebody that's popped up that you just need to go add, we'll have him in a little article for like midweek. And so every episode that we've ever done will be on there. So you can, if you want to go back and, listen to what we've done in the past, or, everything will be up there, and we'll also be on Spotify once we get the website up too. So you'll be able to listen to our new episodes on Spotify, which is pretty dope-tastic, if you ask me, right, Jake?
Mm-hmm.
So we're just both so excited about it. Jake's put in a ton of work, and we can't wait to share it all with you guys. And also, just lastly, if you're listening to this right now, you're listening to this on YouTube, just hit that thick subscribe button, hit that notification bell, give us a like, give us a little comment, say, great job, guys. Wow, this is so awesome. And then we'll reply and be like, hey, thanks, guy. And it'll be a good time. So yeah, just help us, grow our channel, and thank you all so much for listening every week, and we love you. Bye.
Yep. See you guys.